Initially we decided we were going to take it to a city location. That was the big play for us in the beginning. We wanted to make sure that it didn't feel like just any city. We couldn't just make this a regular old street racer. The only way we could do that was to kind of dial back into the series, the core DNA of the series, and that was to turn it into an urban game that still had that off-road element to it. And the way we did that was to have these kind of insane, destructible environments, this kind of series of apocalyptic events that destroyed and changed the races dynamically. And so it feels less like a tired, regular street racer and much more like an off-road game. I think the thing we've got that really sells the 3D technology is a real sense of depth to the game. I think people think of 3D and they're expecting stuff coming out of the screen all the time in that kind of cheesy 80s film way. That's kind of cool from time to time. You kind of want to throw some explosions and a bit of debris at the player, but more often than not what you want is this sense of depth. And what we found is that if you've not really played racing games before, you're not really used to kind of judging the angles and the cornering, if you actually play it in 3D, you'll find it's really, really easy to pick up and play. You've just got that little extra element of depth to help kind of judge the routes. And also the explosions look great. I think I'm most proud of the online experience. It was something that we built from the ground up. We had a really, really solid core online experience in Pacific Rift. But outside of that, outside of the actual gameplay itself, the metagame was fairly light. So one thing we decided to do with MotorStorm Apocalypse was to really, really reinvent what online meant for racing games. We've taken our inspiration really from across the board, a number of first-person shooters, games like Call of Duty and Killzone that have absolutely raised the bar in terms of online play. And so we wanted to incorporate that into a racing game and give players a really well-rounded experience. We looked at blockbuster movies, we looked at even kind of action-adventure games like Uncharted and God of War, these big epic experiences that really just take the player on a journey. And you know, it's that kind of, that last moment when you kind of finish playing it and you just think, wow, that was, you know, what an incredible experience that was. I would say that we are pushing the PlayStation 3 to the limits at the moment, but does that mean that we can't get any more out of it? No, probably not. We can get more out of it. What you end up doing is just becoming more efficient at, you know, you optimize your code, you optimize your art assets, and you just improve the way the game is actually developed, the game is actually produced. So although at the moment I'd say we're absolutely pushing the PlayStation 3 to breaking point, I'd never say we can't get any more out of it. Okay, so MotorStorm Apocalypse has got 13 vehicle classes up from 8 in the previous title, so we added 1 between the first title and Pacific Rift, we've now added 5. Because we're crazy like that. So we have supercars, muscle cars, hot hatches, choppers and superbikes. How do you top the apocalypse? You know, who knows where we'll go next? Maybe we'll start smashing planets together, I don't know. Thank you, it's been a pleasure.